In this lecture,
在这个讲座呢，
I'd like to show you some structure of the genes,
要给你们看看基因的构造，
and I further explain how gene works.
而且接下去解释基因是怎样操作。
Okay, this is a typical picture of the cell.
这是一个细胞，
So inside the cell there is a nucleus,
这细胞里面有个细胞核，
and when you open the nucleus,
你打开这细胞核里面看，
it's just nucleus is just like balloons.
这个细胞核好像是气球一般，
You can cut the balloon and open up.
你可以把它剪开来看里面，
You see something called chromosome.
你会看到染色体，
Okay, this is chromosome.
这就是一个染色体。
So, the chromosome,
这个染色体呢，
in the chromosome, you see here this, the thread,
就好像
strings.
线一般哈，
These strings are the genes here,
这些线其实是基因来的，
and chromosome is a bunch of gene tangled together.
就是呢这个一团的这个基因啊，都是绑在一起啊哈。
So, chromosome is, according to the computer, chromosome is a hard drive.
所以呢，这个染色体呢，就好像我们电脑里面的硬盘。
In the hard drive, there's many different kinds of programs and files installed,
在硬盘里面呢，就有各种各样不同的程序在里面，
all with computer letter 0 and 1s.
都是以电脑的字母1跟0写成的。
But in our cell computer,
但是我们在细胞里面的电脑呢，
we have 23 hard drives.
我们却有23对的硬盘。
In your computer,
在我们的电脑里面，
you only have 1 or 2 hard
只
drives,
有1、2个硬盘
C drive or D drive. or something.
，C 或者 D 硬盘。
But in our cell computer,
但是我们在细胞里面的电脑
23 hard drives,
有23对的硬盘，
which contains about 24,000 different kinds of programs.
有24000多个不同的程序。
Okay, so let's magnify the genes.
我们把这个基因呢放大，
So gene look like this.
这基因就好像这个形状，
We call DNA double helix.
就是呢我们称为 DNA 2条卷起来的构造。
You can see 2 lines here.
这里呢你可以看到2条线，
This one line here,
这上面一条，
and this is another line.
下面另外一条。
So these 2 lines, 2 strings,
这2条线呢
twisted.
卷在一起，
And in between these 2 strings,
在这2条线之间呢
we have 4 different chemical substances.
有4个不同的化学物，
It is represented in the different colors.
用不同的颜色来代表，
They are sort of assembled.
它们是组合成的。
So genes are assembled structure.
所以基因呢是组合成的构造，
Okay, and it can be assembled
它可以组合起来，
and it can be disassembled.
它也能够被拆开来。
This is a very convenient structure.
这是一个非常方便的一种构造。
Gene is not in one piece.
基因不是一整套的，
A gene is composed of many different parts.
它是有不同的部分构造成。
Okay, we see here about 6 different kinds of chemicals here.
这里大概有6种不同的化学物，
4 different kinds of chemicals here.
中间有4个不同的化学物。
And these 4 different chemicals in between 2 strings we call base.
这些在这2条线之间的4个化合物呢，我们称它为底物啊。
A, T, C, G.
它有 A， 有 T， 有 G， 有 C。
I'll show you that picture a little bit later.
待会我们再看看。
So we have 4 different base here.
就有4种不同的底物。
And then here we have white stuff here.
那么白色的是什么呢？
And then we have this brown stuff which is connecting white things together.
还有那个棕色的呢，褐色的是那个白色的化学物连在一起。
So genes are composed with 6 different chemicals.
所以一个基因呢有6种不同的化学物，
Very simple.
很简单。
Okay, next picture shows this. You're now looking at 4 different parts of gene which can be assembled into the gene.
这里呢是4个基因不同的部分，
These are base,
这是底物
A base,
A 底物
T,
T
G,
G
C base.
还有 C 底物，
So we have 4 different bases.
4个不同的底物。
Then we have this white stuff
那白色的东西呢，
making up the strings.
成为它的线。
So these scientists discovered this white stuff is sugar.
这个白色的东西呢是糖来的。
So this morning we had a pasta.
今天早上我们吃 pasta
Yeah,
哈，
pasta looked like DNA.
啊
Gene
看来好像是 DNA 这个基因一样
Yeah.。So look at this. This is sugar part.
那个是糖分，
This is phosphoric acid.
那棕色的呢就是磷酸呐、
Okay. So sugar is in the center.
糖是在中间，
So base is attached to the sugar.
底物呢是连在糖上面，
And phosphoric acid is also attached to the sugar.
然后磷酸也连在糖身上。
So now, base,
底物
phosphoric acid,
磷酸、
sugar.
糖，
This forms a part of gene.
这3个合成呢是基因的一部分。
This part of the gene
这
we,
个部分呢，
we call DNA.
我们就称它为 DNA。
So there is 4 different kinds of DNAs.
这里有4种不同的 DNA，
Okay? Why?
为什么呢？
Because we have 4 different bases.
因为有4种不同的底物。
So DNA is made of base,
那么 DNA 是以
Sugar
底物、糖
and phosphoric acid.
和磷酸所组成的。
So this is 1 DNA here.
这里是一个 DNA，
This is another
这是
DNA.
第2个 DNA，
This is another
这是第
DNA.
3个，
So we have 4
这个第四
different
个。
DNAs.
4种不同的 DNA。
And these DNAs combines together.
当这 DNA 组合起来的时候，
Just like this. Like this. See? This DNA combined with this.
这个 DNA 跟另外一个 DNA 组合成，
And this DNA combines with this.
那个也跟另外一个组合起来，
Combines.
组合起来。
And then also they combine to make a long double helix.
那么呢，它组合起来2条线呢就卷在一起了。
Okay, now we see here,
你看看这里，
see 2 DNAs
2
combined
个不同
together.
的基因连在一起，
See these 2 DNAs combined
有2
together.
个不同的DNA 连在一起，
So it makes a long lines.
这是很长的线，
And then you twist this,
它们又再卷起来，
then you can come up with this structure.
就变成这种构造了。
Now, so gene structure is very simple.
所以基因的构造其实是很简单。
What is gene made of?
基因是由什么来做
DNAs.
成的吗？就是 DNA 做的。
How many different kinds of
有
DNAs?
几种呢？
4 different
4
DNAs.
种不同的 DNA，
They assemble together.
它们组合在一
They
起，
make long line.
就成为长长的2条，
And then they get tangled
然后卷在一起，
and makes chromosome.
就组成了我们称为染色体
So we
的。
have 23 chromosome in our cells.
所以我们是细胞里面有23对的染色体。
In 23 chromosomes,
23对的染色体里
we
面
have about 24 24,000 different genes.
有24000种不同的基因。
Okay, now I told you in my first lecture,
在第一个讲座里面，
all the sickness is due to the gene change.
所有的疾病都是因为基因改变。
So now, when you have a diabetes,
我们如果有糖尿病，
that means the certain gene in a certain location
就是基因里面的某一个部分
changes.
改变了。
What do I mean by location of the gene?
那个基因的部分是什么意思呢？
Because we can say location of gene,
我们可以说基因的部分位置。
just like if you know computer,
如果你了解电脑，
where is this file located, right?
这个部分是在哪里可以找到
A C drive or D drive?
？C 的硬盘或者 D 的硬盘是在哪里？
Then which file?
而且是在不同哪一个部分？
So, genes are same way.
基因也是一样。
So we have 23 different chromosomes.
我们23对不同的染色体，
God made this chromosome in different sizes.
上帝呢所造的那个染色体都有不同的长度啊。
So longest, the tallest chromosome,
最长的染色体呢，
we call number 1 chromosome.
我们命为第一个染色体。
A little bit shorter, smaller,
再短一点点的呢，
number 2.
我们称为第二的染
So
色体。
then we have number 22nd chromosome is smallest.
那么22对的染色体是最短的了。
23rd chromosome
第23的呢
is composed of X and the Y chromosome.
是 X 跟 Y 的染色体，
We call it sex chromosome.
就是性的染色体。
So in that 23rd sex chromosome,
在第23对的性别的染色体呢，
there are genes which makes you female or male.
里面的基因是使到你变成男人或者女人。
Okay. Now, so when you have some genes in the sex chromosome goes wrong,
如果在这个性别的染色体里面出了问题，
then there is a disease called whether you're male or female, doctors cannot determine.
那么呢，你是不是男或者是女，很难分辨出来了。
There's a sex determining genes.
的确，有这基因能够决定你是男的或是女的。
Okay. Now, so to change if you want to change your sex,
如果你要改变你的性别，
you can change your genes in the 23rd chromosome.
就要在23对的基因染色体里面呢下手。
So, when you are sick with a certain disease,
当我们生病的时候，
all sickness is due to the gene change.
所有的疾病都是因为基因改变啦。
Okay? Diabetes is due to gene change.
糖尿病是因为基因改变，
Sex problem is due to the gene problem.
性别的问题也是基因改变，
Cancer is due to the gene problem.
癌症也是基因改变。
When you have breast cancer,
那个乳癌
it's a different gene problem
不同的基因改变，
from liver cancer,
跟肝的癌又不同了，
stomach cancer.
胃的癌。
Which genes goes wrong determines which disease.
哪里一个基因改变呢，就造成了不同的疾病。
Let me show you a very interesting discovery made by scientists lately.
让我们看看科学家发现很惊人的发现。
Okay, this is very interesting. This is a magazine called Science News.
这个是科学消息的一种刊物，
Which is published in October 21st, 1995.
是1995年10月21号所刊登的。
On the cover,
在它的封面呢，
look at it. There's a tropical fish.
这有个热带鱼，
this tropical fish, scientists found out, changing sex in mid-ocean.
这个他们发现到这个鱼在深洋里面呢，能够改变性别。
These tropical fish is living in the Australian Great Barrier Reef.
是在澳洲一个珊瑚翼里面那边呢生长的。
This fish here you see is male fish.
这是公的鱼。
I respect this male fish
我
greatly
很尊敬这个公鱼，
because this male have about 12 different female.
因为他有12个妻子跟随他。
I don't know how he can do it.
他怎样能够应付呢？我不知道。
Yeah, but you know, but when scientists went there and pick up the male out of that area,
当科学家把这个公鱼呢拿出来的时候呢，
guess what happened to those females?
那个12只母鱼发生了什么事？
Guess what happened?
发生了什么事？
One of the female among 12,
这12个里面的其中一个母鱼呢，
she become male
它就变成公的鱼了，
within 72
在
hours.
72小时里面就变了。
The scientists were so shocked.
那个科学家很惊奇，
How can this thing happen?
这个事情怎么会发生呢？
Spontaneously.
自动的吗？
See, to change the sex,
要改变性别，
you need to change the genes.
你必须改变它的基因。
Yeah. I don't know, if you pray very hard,
如果你恳切的祷告，
God may answer your prayer this way, I don't know.
上帝可能会答应你的祷告，把你的性别改变哈。
Yeah. But in fishes,
在鱼，
this is very interesting.
这是很有趣的。
Can you say this is spontaneous?
你可以说这是自动的吗？
But it never happens this way in the nature.
在天然界里没有这样发生过的，
Only male is killed or disappeared.
只有公的呢被杀就没有了。
Do you think that female fish among these 12 knows how to change their genes?
如果你认为这12个母鱼，他们知道怎样改变性别吗？
No.
不可能的。
But what is the purpose of this gene change, sex change?
为什么这个鱼呢要改变性别？它的目的在于什么呢？
To maintain ecological balance.
就是要使这生态有平衡了啊。
See, ecology is maintained. The ecological balance is maintained by gene change.
这个生态呢，就借助基因改变就能够平衡。
See, gene can be changed
基因可以改变，
by the, God who knows how to control the genes.
就是借助那个知道怎样控制基因的上帝。
Well, there's a female gene.
有这个雌性的基因，
Inside the body of female,
在母鱼里面，
female gene is activated.
雌性的基因就被活化了。
Females also have a male gene
但是
inside
呢
of，you.
在母鱼里面也有雄性的基因在里面。
Like an ovary, you have, female have.
所以女孩子有卵巢哈，
Testicle, we male have.
男子有睾丸呢。
It is originally same thing.
其实开始都是一样的。
See? So, in that same thing,
在同样的细胞里面，
it's not ovary yet,
它还没有变成卵巢，
it's not testicle yet,
也还没有变成睾丸，
but there are a lot of cells inside of it.
里面有很多细胞。
And then, if God wanna make you a female,
如果上帝要使你变成女孩子，
God only turns on female gene.
他就只活化了那个雌性的基因。
So, in my body,
在我身体里面，
I have a female gene.
我其实有雌性女孩子的基因在里面。
So God turned off the female gene,
但是上帝把那个灭活了，
only turn on the male gene.
只活化了雄性的基因，
So I am male.
所以我变成男孩子。
I don't know
我不知道，
if, if something happened in this world
这世界如果有什么事情发生，
and 90% of female died,
90%的女孩子都死了，
God can change our gene into female
上帝
gene.
可能会把我们的基因变成女孩子的基因哈，
Turn on the female gene back,
就活化回雌性的基因，
turn off the male gene.
灭活了那个男性的基因。
But God cannot do that to us.
但是上帝不可以这样
Why?
做，为什么呢？
God gave us free will choice.
上帝给我们自由的选择，
He cannot do to us according to his own will alone.
他不可以单单照着自己的意思来在我们身上工作，
We need to agree with him.
我们必须要同意才可以。
If we say, nope,
如
I
果
don't
我
want
们
to be
说
female,
我不要做女人，
he won't do it.
他就不能够这么做。
But animals,
在动物呢，
they don't have a free will.
他们没有选择权，
God can change their genes according to his will
所以上帝能够照着自己的意思呢，改变他们的
to
性别，
maintain the balance of the ecology.
所以使到生态方面呢有平衡。
Okay, let me show you another picture
再
here.
看看另外一个图片，
Okay, here we go. Okay, this is again science news.
这也是个科学的消息。
Okay, science news. October 99.
1999年10月9号，
This phenomena was discovered in a desert,
这个现象是在那个沙漠里面发生的，
Arizona desert.
在亚利桑那沙漠。
This is snake,
这是一条蛇，
the rattlesnake,
叫做响尾蛇，
very venomous.
很毒的。
Okay, and this is ground squirrel.
这个是松鼠，地上的松鼠。
And once the rattlesnake bites the squirrel,
这个响尾蛇一咬这个松鼠的时候呢，
the venom is so powerful,
这个毒是多么的极度，
and instantly these squirrel become paralyzed,
这个松鼠马上就受麻痹，
and they cannot breathe.
不能够呼吸，
They die.
就死去了。
And this day, this snake came over and bit.
所以今天呢，这个响尾蛇又咬一个松鼠，
Oh, but this guy is not dying.
但它却不死哎，
This guy is attacking this snake.
它还可以攻击这个蛇。
The snake is so surprised and running away.
蛇很惊奇，马上跑啊！
What is this?
发生了什么事？
You know, once they're bit, even though they're bitten by the snake,
虽然松鼠被蛇咬，
they don't die.
它却不死，
Why?
为什么？
Because these squirrels producing some kind of substance
因为这个松鼠身上制造出一种物质，
to neutralize venom.
去打消这个毒素，
So they had a gene inside
所以它身上有基因
to produce the special substance to neutralize the venom of the snake.
制造一些物质呢，能够消除这个毒素。
Normally it doesn't work,
通常没有发生的，
but in special circumstances,
在特别的情况之下呢，
that gene turns on
这个基因就活化了，
and produce that kind of interesting substance.
造出这个有趣的物质，
Then they don't die even though they're bitten
所
by a
以虽然
snake.
被蛇咬都不死了。
Huh?
哎，有兴趣吗？
Do they know the squirrels know how to work with their genes?
你认为这个松鼠知道怎样去操纵它的基因吗？
Very special circumstances.
在很特别的情况之下，
Guess what scientists discovered?
科学家发现什么呢
They？think
他们想，
this particular squirrel were raising babies.
这个松鼠呢，在养育它的孩子。
See? And if mommy dies,
如果做母亲的死去，
all baby dies.
所有的婴孩也死了。
So then eventually,
那最后呢，
ground squirrel will be extinct.
那么就没有松鼠了。
Then snake has no food,
那么这个响尾蛇也没有食物吃了，
and snakes will die.
那个蛇也会死去，
Whole ecological balance will collapse.
整个生态的平衡呢都崩溃了。
Then eventually, who will die?
所以最后谁会死呢？
Us.
我们也会跟着死了。
So God is very busy.
所以上帝呢很繁忙，
See? God is very busy in controlling our genes,
他在忙着去控制我们的基因，
watching over these ecological balances.
看顾着这个生态的平衡。
You know, our appetite changes.
我们的口味也改变了，哈。
One day, well, I enjoyed my banana this morning.
今早我很喜欢这个香蕉，
I haven't had banana for a long time
很久没有吃香蕉了。
because in Korea it's winter time, it's snowing, very cold.
在韩国这么冷的天，
It's hard to find the
很
banana.
难找到香蕉。
Here, wow, banana.
哦，这里好多香蕉，很好
I
吃，
enjoyed banana.
很喜欢吃。
But if you give me banana again this lunchtime,
如果午餐你还给我香蕉的话，
I'll not enjoy that much.
我就没有这么会欣赏的了。
Why? Because the nutrient from banana is sufficient with this morning's
因
banana.
为早餐的那个香蕉的营养已经是够了啦，
See, our appetite changes
所以我们的口味也在改变，
depending upon our nutritional status.
就看我们身体上的营养的成分。
See? And look at this picture here.
我们看看另外一个图，
So when you, since I haven't had banana for a long time,
我既然很久没有吃香蕉了，
when I saw the early this morning, I went outside.
早上的时候出去外面，
I saw a banana plant.
我看到一个香蕉树，
Oh boy! Oh, they have banana here.
啊，这里有香蕉，
It aroused my appetite
它
for
已经
banana.
是使我对香蕉有兴趣了。
I was attracted to banana.
我被香蕉所吸引，
Well, someday I don't want to eat banana.
有些日我绝对不想吃香蕉。
Why?
为什么？
Why Sunday I feel like have banana?
为什么有时我想吃
Why
香蕉，
Sunday I don't want to have
有时我不想吃呢？
See? Like in your brain cell,
在我们的脑细胞
there's a gene
有一个基因，
which produce a chemical called NPY.
它制造出一种物质叫 NPY 的物质，
We call neuropeptide Y.
就是一种脑的蛋白质，
So just know NPY.
就是说 NPY 了
So
啊，
there's an NPY gene is in our brain cell.
在我们的脑细胞里面有这个 NPY 的基因。
So if I need some banana,
如果我需要香蕉，
which God knows, Sang Lee needs some
因
banana
为
by
上帝
now.
知道啊，这个医生需要这个香蕉，
Then I go and see anything like a banana tree.
然后我看到香蕉树，
I wish I had banana this
哎，
morning.
我多么希望今天早我有香蕉吃。
You know why that happened?
为什么这个会发生呢？
Because my NPY gene is activated
因为我们这个 NPY 基因被活化了。
as I look at banana
我
tree.
看到这个香蕉树，
And God is trying to make me to eat banana.
上帝是要使我要去吃香蕉。
Okay. Look at this giraffe
你
here
看看这长颈鹿，
from Africa.
这非洲的长颈鹿，
The giraffe usually eat leaves of the very young leaves from acacia tree.
一般上呢，这个长颈鹿是吃叶子的嘛，哈。
Yeah, and the tongue and the lips are very like that. And
他们呢就是在那边舔来在吃这叶子，
very seldom they graze on the grasses and weeds on the ground.
它很少在地上的草吃那地上的草了。
Normally they eat this way. But now,
现在呢，
in Africa, with strange things happening.
他们发现个很奇怪的事，
Look at this. Giraffe is eating dry bones of dead animal.
这个长颈鹿在吃死的骨头，
Yeah. Why?
为什么呢？
Scientists were shocked.
那个科学家很惊奇，
They don't normally eat the bones.
通常长颈鹿不吃骨头了嘛，
So they anesthetized the giraffe,
他们就给那个长颈鹿麻醉了，
draw blood,
拿它的血抽血出来，
and they discovered in the blood of giraffe, the calcium phosphate is lacking.
他们发现到呢，在血里面很缺少钙质，
Oh. Why?
为什么呢？
Maybe the leaves of the acacia tree they eat have a lacking calcium phosphate.
可能他们所树上的那些叶子缺少钙质，
Mostly because of acid rain.
多数都是这酸雨所造成的。
See, rainwater being so acidic,
那个雨是多么的酸，
it leaches calcium phosphate in the soil.
它就使泥土上的这个钙质呢流失了，
So in the leaf of acacia tree, the calcium phosphate is not enough.
所以这个树上的叶子呢就没有足够的钙质。
Does giraffe know that?
长颈鹿懂不懂这一点？
Who knows that?
谁知道？
We human being knows that?
我们人知道吗？我们也不懂，
Nobody knows.
没有人知道，
Who is the only one knows about that?
只有谁知道这一点呢？
This giraffe needs calcium phosphate.
这只长颈鹿需要钙质，
So, God judged that this giraffe needs some bones.
所以呢，上帝说这只长颈鹿需要一些骨头。
So giraffe was walking,
所以当这个长颈鹿在走的时候，
and then God sent a signal.
上帝就打讯号了，
Click
啊，就用遥控器来
with
打
a
讯号，
wireless, mouse.
啊，是无线电的这个滑鼠，
Send the signal
把信号打出去，
to the NPY gene,
打到那个 NPY 的基因去
and NPY gene turns on,
，NPY 的基因就活化了。
and giraffe says, "Hmm,
长颈鹿说哈，
it looks yummy."
哎，看来很好吃哎。
God is in charge of handling our appetite.
上帝呢也是在操纵着我们的口味。
You know what is the essence of our health message is?
我们健康信息的精华是什么呢？
Healthy diet means
健康的饮食是什么呢？
we eat according to God's will,
我们是照着上帝的旨意来吃，
according to the appetite which God forms in us.
照着上帝在我们里面所形成的口味来吃，
It is not that we decide what to eat one night.
并不是我们在决定我们要吃这个或吃那个。
Okay, so giraffe, look at the, bone looks yummy.
所以那个长颈鹿看，哇，这个骨头看得很好吃啊！
Did he ever try it before?
他从前有吃过吗？
Never.
没有，
He chew on the bone.
他就是吃这个骨啊，他讲很好吃哦，哎呀，津津有味啊。
How many days?
多少天
How many days will giraffe eat bones?
他会吃这个骨头？吃多少天？
Giraffe quit eating bones
他停止吃骨头，
when he absorbed sufficient amount calcium phosphate.
当他身体里面呢已经有足够的钙质了。
Does giraffe know that?
那长颈鹿知道这一点吗？
See? So when giraffes absorbed calcium phosphate sufficiently,
当这个长颈鹿吸收了足够的钙质，
and God found this is enough,
上帝知道这已经是够了，
then God turns off the NPY
那
gene.
么上帝就灭活了这个 NBY 的基因，
And giraffe is no longer attracted to eat the bones
那
anymore.
么长颈鹿就对骨头没有兴趣了。
Wow!
哎，好惊奇啊！
Isn't this exciting?
这是多么有兴趣了哈！
Don't you want to give your brain genes to God?
你是否 愿意把你的脑的基因交给上帝，
Lord, I have bad appetite.
他知道我们的口味，
Could you change my bad appetite?
可以把我不好的口味改掉啊。
Ellen White called the perversion of appetite.
怀斯姆说呢，我们的口味啊是有些败坏的了。
And God can sanctify our perverted appetites.
上帝可以把不好的口味变成神圣的，
Then you have no problem with the vegetarian diet.
那么你吃素食就没问题了。
I used to love the shrimp, lobster.
我以前很喜欢吃虾、螃蟹之类的东西，
I used to love, meat,
很喜欢吃肉啊。
Korean barbecue,
哇，那韩国的那烧烤
bulgogi,
叫做不勾记了哈。
But my appetite totally changed
现在我的口味完全改变了，
because I gave my appetite to God.
因为把我的口味献给上帝，
He changed my
他
appetite.
就改变我的口味。
Yeah. So, if you experience that kind of God's work,
如果你经验了这种上帝的作为，
God's click
上
on
帝
your genes,
用讯号来活化我们的基因，
then you know
那我们就知道，
you don't live by yourself.
我们不是为自己而活，
You live with God.
你是与上帝一起生活，
God can control your gene for you.
上帝能够为你照顾、控制你的基因。
I was so sick with many diseases.
讲者呢，过去有很多不同的病痛，
I had the asthma.
有哮喘病，
I had all kind of pimples,
还有很
acne
多暗
problems,
疮，各种各样问题，
sinusitis,
还有鼻窦炎，
headache all the
还有
time.
不断的头痛，
I had arthritis.
还有关节炎，
I had this indigestion problem.
还有消化不良的问题，
I had, we called it regurgitating esophagitis.
还有那个胃酸倒流啊哈，
Whenever
食
I
道
eat
炎
the。food,
我吃食物的时候，
the food comes back
那个腹倒转
with
流
the
回
acid of stomach.
有这个胃酸倒流，
And it burns inflame my
使
esophagus.
到我的食道呢发炎，
And I have a pain here.
哦，
in
感到
my
很痛
esophagus.
很痛。
Yeah. And I have a duodenal ulcer.
还有呢，胃溃疡啊，就是那个12指肠
I
发
have
炎，
colitis.
还有大肠炎，
I get diarrhea and
不断地
the
会
constipation alternating.
有时肚泻，有时便秘哈，
I have athlete foot in my feet.
然后还有香港脚，
Always, the water blisters
还
and
有
itching and
又
inflammation.
痒啊哈，又烂了哈，
Oh, sick all over the body.
哎，从头到脚都病啊。
Then when I realized
当我了解到
God is in charge of my genes
上帝呢其实是控制我的基因，
and God is love,
而且上帝是爱，
then I get into the new start.
我就开始实行新起点。
Then God healed all my genes.
上帝把我所有的基因都恢复正常，
So I'm healthier than when I was 39 years old.
所以我现在比我39岁前更健康。
I became a Christian Adventist when I was 39,
我39岁的时候成为了安息日福临教会的教友，
30 years ago,
30年前，
becoming healthier and healthier every year.
每一年越来越健康。
I have no intention for retirement.
我是不打算退休的了。
God is giving me more work every day.
上帝每天给我更多的工。
See, when you become 68,
当你68岁的时候，
people around you think
四周围的人以为
you become useless.
你是没用的了，
Yeah. People around you think you must be retired.
四周人以为你一定要退休的了。
But people around me, looking at me,
但四周围的人看着我，
they're willing to give me more work.
他们却要给我更多的工作。
See, age is not matter.
所以呢，年龄不是问题，
It is what? How much you know God.
是你
The
认识
Spirit
这是上帝多少，上帝的灵。
When people see there is God's Spirit in you,
当人看到你心中有上帝的灵，
lively,
充满着活力、
healthy,
健康，
then people will come to you, ask to work for them.
人就会来要求你去帮助他们。
Like, most of the pastors, when they become 62, they retire.
多数的牧师来到62岁就是退休的了。
But in Korean Union,
在我们韩国的联会里面，
keep on giving me work to do.
他们继续给我工作做。
And so we have entire Korea covered with this satellite, program.
整个韩国呢都有这些广播的设备，
So all the church in Korea, they have a satellite.
所有韩国的教会都有这些卫星广播哈。
So I give lecture in a big hall, like 1,000 people.
我在一个大堂里面呢给讲座啊，
So that's being broadcasted entire Korea.
就被广播到整个韩国。
Every church receives that, visual and put on the screen.
每个教会都能够收到，
So I speak to the entire Korean church.
所以讲者就为整个韩
And a
国
lot
的
of new
教会
people
说，
comes and they get baptized.
有更多人来呢受洗。
So they don't think I am old.
虽然不认为我老了，
Yeah. You don't think so either,
我
right?
相信你不认为我老吧？哈，
Because it's amazing
这是很使人惊奇的。
when God is giving you power into your gene.
当上帝呢使你的基因有能力的时候，
See, I am totally healed.
讲者完全被医好了，
I have no arthritis, no
不再有
indigestion, nothing.
各种各样的病痛。
And and I myself,
我个人呢，
I saw as a physician.
我是身为一个医生，
I was internist in United States.
在美国我是个内科的医生，
I look at my medical problem,
我看到我自己的病痛，
and guess what?
你认为
Can I do anything for me?
我能够为我做什么呢？
No.
做不到，
Only thing I could do was taking pills, relieve the symptoms time to time.
就是一直吃药来解除我身上的那些征兆啊。
I used to feel that, I'm so unlucky.
我常常想，我多么的不幸运，
How come I'm so sick all the time?
为什么常常生病呢？
Medically speaking, I couldn't heal my problem.
我的确不能够用什么医学界的东西来医我自己，
But God healed,
但上帝却医治了
changed, recovered my gene
我，使
completely.
我的基因完全恢复正常。
So this time you now know God is in charge of the genes,
所以
right?
上帝呢，的确是在操纵着我们的基因。
So we have 23 chromosomes,
我们有23对的染色体，
and scientists were curious to know,
所以科学家要知道，
number one, how many genes are there,
第一个染色体有多少个基因，
and in the gene in a certain location, what do they do?
在不同位置的基因，他们做些什么东西？
So they accomplished something really great called the Human Genome Project.
所以他们就在这个基因的学问里面呢，
So
有很大的成就啊。
This is a Korean picture. Human gene map is completed.
他们说人的基因的图已经是完成了，
It is being completed in the year 2003.
是2003年呢已经完整出现了，
See, 2003, April 15th.
是2003年4月15号，
Only about 7 years ago,
大概7年前，
we scientists finally discovered, wow, every disease is coming from gene change.
科学家最后发现了，原来啊 每一个疾病都是因为基因改变。
So let's look at the gene map.
然后我们看看这基因图，
Called the human genome.
这是人的基因图。
Look, chromosome number 1.
这第一个染色体
It's tallest.
是最长的啦。
Okay. Chromosome number 2.
第二基因是
A little bit shorter
稍
than
微
number
短了一
1.
点。
Chromosome number 3.
第三的染色
So
体
as the number
就
increases,
越来越短了，
it becomes smaller and smaller.
越来越短了，
So look, getting smaller.
越来越短了，
Chromosome 17, much
17
smaller.
更短，
18, smaller.
18更短。
Chromosome number 22, very short.
22的呢是最短的了。
Okay. And now this is X chromosome,
This is-
very big.
X 的染色体很长，
Many different programs.
不同的程序。
This is a Y chromosome.
这个 Y 染色体
Yeah. See, in Y chromosome, there is a gene produces male sex hormone.
那么呢，它里面有个基因是产生这个男性荷尔蒙的。
So female has these two X's.
那么呢，这个女孩子的基因呢有2个合起来。
In male, we have one X and one Y.
男孩子呢，就一个 X 一个 Y 的染色体。
So in terms of genes,
所以在基因方面呢，
female is much superior than male
男孩子比女孩子更超越、更优越。
because they have very complex, more programs.
他们有更多的程序在里面，
They can get pregnant. We can never get
他们
pregnant.
能够怀孕，我们不可以怀孕。
They have a period every 28 days.
啊，每28天会来月经，
We cannot have the
我们
period.
没有。
There are a lot of things female do which men
很
cannot do.
多妇女做的，我们男孩子做不到。
We men cannot wash dishes either.
我们连洗盘都不难哈。
So males are much inferior according to the genes.
就用基因来说呢，男人是比女人呢比较没有那么好优越哈。
Look at this here. If you have this is chromosome 19,
这个19的染色体呢，
if you have this gene right here goes wrong,
这里的基因如果出了问题，
you have cholesterol accumulation, atherosclerosis.
就有血管硬化了哈。
Look at this. In chromosome
第
22,
22的染色体
when you have this gene problem,
有这基因的问题呢，
you have a chronic myeloid leukemia.
就有白血球过多症了。
Yeah. And if this is chromosome 18,
18的呢，
if you have this gene goes wrong, you have a
就
pancreatic
有
cancer.
胰脏癌呀。
In chromosome 17,
17的呢，
if this gene goes wrong,
这个基因出了问题，
you have breast cancer.
就乳癌呀。
See, there's all kind of disease you don't even know
有很多种我们根本不熟
is
悉的疾
due
病，
to the gene change.
都是因为基因改变。
Let's see. Yeah. Look, obesity.
啊，吃肥啊，
Oh, there is a gene, this gene on chromosome 7.
第7的染色体，
This gene produces substance which controls your weight.
这个基因呢制造一些物质，能够控制你的体重。
So when you're young,
你年轻的时候，
no matter how much you eat,
你吃多少
you don't
Yeah.
gain weight.
都不会肥的，
Why? Because if you eat too much,
因为你吃的太多，
then this gene gets activated
这个基因就活化了，
and produce more weight controlling substance.
就出了更多能够控制体重的物质。
But when this gene gets turned off,
但是基因灭活的时候，
if this gene is not producing weight controlling substance
不
anymore,
能够再产生控制体重的
then
物
you
质，
begin to gain weight.
我们就开始增加体重了。
Epilepsy,
癫痫症、
diabetes,
糖尿病，
yes. See, Here, Alzheimer's disease.
还有阿兹海默症，
Yeah. Glaucoma.
还有这个青光眼，
Prostate cancer.
还有前列腺癌，
Yeah. Colon cancer.
大肠癌、
Lung cancer.
肺癌，
See. Or here, Parkinson's disease.
这就是巴金斯的疾病啊。
Every disease is due to the gene change.
这一切都是基因改变了，
Gene can change.
基因的确可以改变，
That's why we get sick.
所以呢，我们才会生病。
Now, tell me.
告诉我，
Gene can change. That's why we can get sick.
基因能够改变，所以我们能够生病。
Now,
现在呢，
the other way around.
倒转来说，
Gene can change.
基因也能够改变，
So,
以便我们能够
all diseases can be
所有的病呢也能够
healed
痊愈，
because gene can change.
因为基因能够改变。
Now,
现在呢，
the difference of the different diseases are due to the different location of the gene.
不同的疾病是因为这基因不同的部分改变。
Gene problem is all DNA problem.
这基因的问题都是 DNA 的问题，
Whether genes turned on or turned off.
或者它被活化，或者被灭活。
Okay? You know, when you have a television, I have my computer here.
我这里有一个电脑，
Yesterday, this computer was in Korea.
昨天这个电脑在韩国，
Now here in Malaysia.
现在在马来西亚。
See? Now, this computer went wrong.
这电脑出了问题，
We need to fix this computer.
我们就要去修理。
Is a method of repairing my computer different when this is in Korea or in Malaysia?
修理这个电脑在韩国在这里会不会不同的修理法？
Yeah.
都是一样的哈。
Way of repairing computer is same regardless its location,
无
right?
论你在什么地方，电脑修理都是一样的。
Gene.
基因呢，
No matter where it is located,
无论是在哪里发生的问题，
how to repair.
怎样修理呢？
See? It's same regardless location.
都是一样的，无论它是什么部分。
Okay? As Malaysians don't never get the breast cancer.
哦，那马来西亚人绝对不会有乳癌吗？
See? Location-wise, it's no difference.
所以呢，地方呢并不是问题。
So all different diseases, difference of the disease are due to the difference of location of the gene.
所以不同的疾病是因为不同的染色体的基因出了问题。
Now, this is very important point.
这是一个很重要的一点。
We already discovered that all disease can be recovered.
我们已经知道所有的病呢都能够恢复。
See, to treat the symptoms of the disease,
我们如果只是针对去医治病的症状，
method of the treatment of every different disease are all different.
那个就用不同的方法了。
But healing the disease
但是要使那个病真正的恢复正常，
is repairing the gene, right?
乃是要去修理这些基因，
It's same.
却是一样的方法。
No matter whether you have diabetes,
无论你有糖尿病，
depression,
或者是忧郁症、
cancer,
癌症，
it's all gene problem.
都是基因的问题。
Why you have a cancer?
为什么我们有癌症？
The gene which produce cancer-killing substances has been turned off.
因为那个制造杀死癌细胞的基因已经被灭活了。
Why you have depression?
为什么有忧郁症呢？
Your endorphin serotonin producing gene has been turned off.
因为制造这些血清素跟脑内啡的荷尔蒙的基因也被灭活了。
How to heal depression and cancer?
怎样去医治忧郁症跟癌症呢？
Turn on the genes,
再给这些基因活化起来，
right?
是不是？
Turning on the gene, is it the method of turning on the gene different from location to this other location?
那么呢，使这个基因活化的方法会因为不同的位置而不同吗？
It must be same.
应该都是一样的吧。
Guess what? New start.
新起点，
I'll prove.
我已经证明了，
New start is the only way
新起点是唯一的方法，
to prove or to turn on all the genes.
使所有的基因都能够活化出来。
See, cancer killing substance gene
那些杀死癌细胞的基因，
and endorphin genes.
那个制造脑内啡的基因，跟其他的基因，
That's why God gave us a new start for us to help to turn on the gene.
所以上帝呢赐给我们关于新起点的知识呢，使所有的基因能够活化起来。
Many diseases,
许多的疾病，
one method.
一个方法
That's new start.
就是新起点。
I prove why.
我已经证明了很多次，
Thank you.
谢谢。